Well, hello again, everyone. Just look what arrived. I just can't wait. You may remember some time ago I've used a butterfly very similar to this called Dreamy Butterfly from Memory Box. Well, I think it's been discontinued, and every time I used it, people said, oh, I just love that butterfly, and they couldn't get it anywhere. So I mentioned this to Steve, and he said, I'll see what I can do. So he's created something which is very similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. But he's made a whole kaleidoscope of them, plus bodies. And of course, you could use these bodies with the other CraftAddcictionUK butterflies if you wished. He's also made some more slatted dies, and these ones are long and skinny. So I'm going to see if I can do a card literally in about 5 minutes. I'm supposed to be doing so many other things, but you know, I'll just try. So I've got a 5x7 card here with a panel. So what I want to do is to just cut a couple of these slats from this 5x7. I think I'll do 2. Why not? I've got them. I'm going to just tape them down before I pop them through the die cutting machine to make sure they stay parallel or whatever. Let's just put that in there, and one on the other one too. I don't necessarily want it to be in the middle of those, you know, that one, just somewhere. Okay, let's try cutting this out. Let's pop it onto here before I move it over, make sure it's still straight. Looks all right to me. Okay, let's cut these out. Slatted dies are just so useful, aren't they? Get this off carefully. Okay, what I was thinking of putting behind is a sheet that I downloaded from Pingwing, and it's just like a watercolour background, and I have used this before. I did print one on card and I printed one on vellum as well, so I just thought we'd have a bit of that behind. Any of it really would do. And I'm just going to cut some butterflies from somewhere else on it, so you know, and stick them on, and that's kind of going to be it. And I think it will look $1 million. I have to say, a touch of gilding wax may just crop into the equation somewhere, who knows. Let me just cut this down. How am I going to cut it down? Oh, that's quite nice there with the greenie in, isn't it really? Let's use this corner here. So let me chop a bit of this off here for this. If you need to do a card in a hurry, I think this is kind of going to be it, really. Is that long enough? Let's cut that off while we're at it. That can go behind there, and I think it might go close. Let's just cut some butterflies. Let's have some out of here while we're at it. I have separated all of these, obviously, as you can see. That one too big? Let's do that one and a smaller one from here, and then I can perhaps do let's do these two. Do those two from there. I might cut some bodies. I don't know which one's which really. That one. I'm going to colour these with gilding wax, I think, the bodies, and maybe a touch on the wings. But I think, you know, for an easy, quick card, I think it's going to be absolutely magic. There's the other one. The fact that it's got the embossing on will, you know, help with if you're doing gilding or something like that, because you can go over the top and the crevices will still remain dark. So let's just I think we might have 3 of these. One, 2. That's the body. I'm just absolutely rushing here. Where did the other body go to? More haste, less speed, Christine. I've probably lost them already. That was that one. Where was the little one? I'll come across it. Oh, it's still in here, look. There we are. Somebody was probably shouting at me, telling me where it was. Let me just, I need one more butterfly. Should I have this big one? Okay, let's try a big one. Let's have a slightly different colour. I'll do this just here. I haven't got time for the window business today. I just want to kind of get this done. Just to say that I've done it. Oh dear, well, what size? This one, I think. Will that fit on somewhere? I think it would just... Didn't think about that at the time, did I? That would just about fit, I think. Okay, let's do these bodies. Let's make these bodies gold, and then I'll put some gold on the tips of the wings as well. And then I think it's kind of going to be done. All right, get out my building wax, which is never more than arm's reach away. Okay. I think I'll do the whole of these gold. Okay. Could have done them from plain paper card, couldn't I? Never mind. Right, let's make some of these. Just to the tips of the wings, and it should be lovely. Just kind of roughening up the edges slightly. I think that will do. Let me just stick these on. And then our card will just about be done, I think, really. Let's just have a look. Where's my card base gone to? I have to put these all onto magnets now. Well, now they've been separated. Here's my card base. That is going to go onto there. Let's just put it on. Look, I've got gilding wax. See if we can get that off. Q-tip and alcohol. Okay, so here's the card. Wasn't that absolutely swift? I think I'll just put a few little gems onto the leaves, onto the wings of the butterflies. I'm going to make these gold as well, and I just think it, you know, it's so lovely. I've just used 3 different sizes so you can kind of see, but you know, you could just have one. I only ever used one before when I used my memory box one, but that one didn't have a body, and it was very similar shape to this, not exactly the same, but very similar. So I think I'll just put a little bit of gold on these. Just tone down the white of the pearls. And if you do ever get stray marks, pearls or gems of any description are a really good notion for, you know, covering them up. So, I mean, they could go absolutely anywhere on here. But don't they look, that's nice, and that would absolutely cover there. So, this literally was, wasn't it, a card in moments, but I did want you to see that before I went away. I may not have time to edit and everything until I'm actually away, but I just wanted you to see, really. I'm not sure when it's going to be in stock, but I think it's going to be very, very soon, if not already. I haven't looked since doing this, so I just hope you love it as much as I do, really. So watch out on the website at Craft Addiction, and don't forget your discount code CAS5, my initials CAS, Christine Ann Stokes 5, and you'll get a discount as well, and they're reasonably priced to start with, so I mean, it's win-win, really. So short and sweet, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you when I get back.